To her left, Simran can see her mother, Nandini, adjusting the folds of her blood-red sari and pretending to be proud of her. "Try to forget about what you told me and just focus on everyone here. You don't want them to have a bad impression of you." Nandini motions toward the room, which is stuffed with an array of first-generation Indians, most of them in arranged marriages similar to her own. Women in salwar kameezes and saris, men in dress pants and button-down shirts. "I'm going to take a wild guess and say that I'm not in danger of that at all," Simran says, taking a dainty sip of blushed champagne. "Simran, I'm saying this for your own good." "That's what you always say. That somehow everything is for my good, as if every time you criticize me, you're doing me some sort of favor." "Look, you're young and—" Her mother's face falls, and for a second Simran considers telling her that she's sorry and understands. But then Nandini's features twist back into a scowl. "Don't you understand that I'm your mother, and that means I know what's best for you?" Her lecture halts as Simran's father approaches them, wearing a suit and striped crimson tie, a dramatic change from the goofy, smiley-faced ones he wears when he sees patients. With graying sideburns and a confident posture, his physical traits echo louder than his transient accent, giving him a gentleness ideal for any pediatric surgeon. "I'm proud of you, Cupcake," he says, pulling his daughter into a hug. Like the Princess Jasmine snow globe on Simran's dresser, their interactions tend to remain frozen with childhood tenderness, despite how fervently the world around it is shaken. "At least someone is," Simran offers. "Ranjit, don't push it," Nandini says. "We are celebrating this one time, but after it's done, it's time for her to move on." Simran opens her mouth at the same time that Ranjit motions to her with a finger to his lips. Keep the peace for now. While the three of them make towers of her books on empty tables, Simran wonders if it was a terrible idea to tell her mother about the argument with Kunal. Indian women, especially the ones in their family, take pride in suffering quietly, in knowing when to stop lamenting and start serving cups of chai. Even her feisty mother manages to conceal her naked emotions within the ridges of her heart, where they are protected under her white lab coat. But Simran and Kunal have suffered enough already. The first 3 years of their relationship were forbidden. Most Indian parents are appalled by the idea of high school dating, so their interactions were forced to be strategically planned. She likes to think it's similar to Romeo and Juliet's union, minus the whimsical balcony scene and tragic ending. She glances at her mother now, double-checking the final gift baskets and making sure to ask Ranjit his opinion. "I let him think he's the boss, even though I'm really the boss," Nandini always says. Simran drifts to the transatlantic words she and Kunal exchanged just 1 hour before the official start of her book party. This time they couldn't stop fighting about which type of food to serve for their wedding lunch. His mom wants a traditional Gujarati lunch with lentil flour cakes, eggplant, green pea, and potato curry, and puffy fried bread, while Nandini and Ranjit envision something fusion. Phone arguments are always the worst, just one step ahead of online ones. Not only do they feel impersonal, but making up is even more difficult without the physical comfort of the person. Not that they made up, anyway. Kunal started yelling, and instead of taking the high road, Simran yelled back and hung up the phone. It was a childish move, a mini-quiz to see if he would call back. In any case, tonight Kunal is left with the power because the one who can care less is the one calling the shots. The one who can be hung up on and continue saving malnourished African children. A surge of pride runs through her, as she pictures all 6 feet and 2 inches of him, head to toe in teal scrubs, scribbling symptoms onto a notepad and handing out iodine pills. Of course, she shouldn't be upset with him in the first place. Their recent distance, both physical and emotional, is due to the fact that even with a taxing medical student schedule, he's doing something that most people only get around to in theory: making the world a better place. The yellow light dances off the clear diamond on her left hand as a winking reminder that she's picked. She's lucky. She's exhausted. This is how independent women behave, she tells herself. They whittle down their lives into distinct compartments so they aren't reliant on just one for fulfillment.